Hello friends, my name is Renault Emile and welcome to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time we're taking a look at a firm fan favourite from Gran Turismo 2. This is the 1995 Renault Espace F1 as requested by Renault GT4. Yeah, I love the Renault Espace F1, probably one of my favourite cars in the game just because of how utterly stupid this thing is. It's essentially a Renault Espace on top and a Renault F1 car on the bottom, and yeah. It is mid-engined rear drive, of course, as you expect from an F1 car. 818 horsepower, 1,300 kilograms, not a whole lot of torque for that power. And the power-to-weight ratio is pretty decent on this thing, as you would expect. It is also worth mentioning that this is another pre-built car, so other than changing it to super softs, I really can't do anything with the car. Anyways, as usual, it is going to go to the Motorsports Land track, where it is going to have 6 laps to try and beat our current leader, which is a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 RS, which set a time of 29.490. It's a very quick time. But, I mean, the Espace, it certainly could get up there, because if this thing is as good a handling as I'm hoping it is, yeah, it... Ooh, okay, we've got weird handling. Also, look at that rev gauge. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a V... this thing is powered by a V10 from an F1 car, in case you're curious, so yeah, that kind of explains that. We do understeer. We also have weird rear traction. Okay. A little bit weird so far. This really is not the sort of place where you race this sort of vehicle, to be fair to it. I think we might have the same issues that the R390 had around here, in just the sense that the Espace might just be a bit too long for this track. Once you're careful on the throttle, though, if I like short shift it, well, sure, I don't get a whole lot of punch because sort of there's a lot of torque in this vehicle. I do seem to take the corners a little bit better. That might just be what I have to do. It's sort of, the rear end's weird. It seems to be just one of those rear ends where it will just snap at random points, which isn't really what you want. My god, you can sort of see it there. 39.946 though for its first flying lap certainly is pretty good. Oh god, yeah, okay, I can kind of see where this is gonna go. Espace is a weird driving car. I mean, of course you just sort of expect it to be. I mean, it is essentially a a mid-engined rear-wheel drive people carrier. And also it is an F1 car, which means F1 cars rely a lot on downforce, and I'm sure this Espace has. Well, none of it. Well, maybe it does, I don't know. I've seen a few videos of this vehicle. This is a real vehicle, by the way, it is worth pointing it out. Renault did build this, and it is actually completely drivable as well. There's some videos on YouTube if you want to go and check those out after this video. I might leave some in the description if I remember as well. But yeah, you can watch some videos of the rather mental Renault Espace F1. It is a pretty ridiculous vehicle, all things considered. Let's pull it around there. Try and pull it around there. As we're going to sink into the wall, and that's going to kill us. Right. I'm going to try and get a bit of a better run up for the straight. It's just such a weird driving car, this. I can't fathom it. Like, the R390, at least I sort of knew what that was going to do, i.e. as soon as you got up to the correct rev range, it was going to try and murder you. This just doesn't give you any warning. It's actually quite nice until it tries to kill you. And then it becomes rather unnice because, well, it's trying to kill me. We are essentially going to have a make-or-break final lap with the Espace by the looks of it, which isn't really what I'd want, but, well, let's see how well we can do. I do think there is some time to come out of this car. I think I can probably get it to go into the low 30s if I don't cock up. A little bit of a cheeky corner cut there, but oh well, it's what happens sometimes. Ooh, let's try and get it around there. Yeah, not quite. Try and get a bit of a better run up to the final corner and blast it to the line. Oh, we're going to make the same mistake. Cock. Not a particularly good vehicle to drive, it turns out, from the Espace, but it does still set a pretty good time. It is under 32 seconds. Pretty much anything under 32 seconds is considered quite quick here. Or at least for now. I don't know what like cars later on are going to be like, but yeah, the Espace F1. Certainly an interesting vehicle. Definitely doesn't drive quite how I'd want it to, but then again, I don't know what more I was expecting. And the lap time breakdown all over the place. You could get this thing to go into the 29s, I have no doubt. If you could just tame it, though, that's the issue with this car. It's just really hard to tame. But if you did manage it, then yeah, this thing would be quick. Anyways, let's go take a look at, well, let's go see how it does on our leaderboard. Onto the leaderboard then, and the Renault Espace F1 finds itself in 3rd place, knocking the previous fastest pre-built car, the Peugeot 206 rally car, into 4th. The Espace gets a 30.946, while that does mean it is a second down on the Impreza, it trounces the 206 rally car by 0.2 of a second. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. As always, if you have cars you'd like to recommend for this series, you can do so down below in the comment section. Alternatively, if you go into the description, you can see cars other people have requested it, as well as a full car list for Gran Turismo 2. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a farewell.